We're now looking at the Eight of Swords, and this card has themes of restriction, self-imposed limitation and feeling trapped. So now we'll have a look at the symbolism on the card first. So looking at the symbolism on this card, so as you can see, the central figure here is shown bound and blindfolded. This indicates feelings of being trapped, restricted or unable to see a way out of a situation. It represents a state of mental bondage or self-imposed limitations. It suggests that the person feels helpless and unable to take action due to fear or a lack of clear vision. So the swords that are surrounding her here, these create a sense of entrapment and confinement. But if you look there is a way out. They're not actually all the way around. So the swords symbolise thoughts, beliefs and mental constructs that confine and restrict the individual. They indicate that the perceived limitations are largely mental or self-created. The muddy ground here, or the uneven muddy ground, symbolises instability and insecurity. It suggests that the situation is not firm or stable, contributing to the sense of entrapment and helplessness. It indicates that the foundation of the person's thoughts and beliefs is shaky. So in the background here there's a castle with the open space here, but if you see here, there's the castle. So this castle symbolises hope, and with the open space as well, it symbolises escape and an alternate path. So it's showing liberation is possible, and that the restrictions are not as much or as bad as they may seem. So it suggests that a change in perspective can lead to freedom. So why might the Eight of Swords show up in a reading? So this card has themes of feeling trapped and self-imposed limitation. This is often due to negative mindsets, negative thought patterns and negative ways of thinking. It reflects mental conflict and a lack of clarity, and it can come with a sense of like helplessness and just feeling like you have no way out, that you're trapped, and that there's no you don't see a way out of your problems at all. However, what you're not seeing is that most of this is actually self-imposed. It's things that we're doing to ourselves, and it's ourselves keeping us trapped, particularly around the way that we're thinking and our own mindset. So it really emphasises on the fact that you can free yourself from this state, of being. It's more of a mental place than a physical place, because it is swords. But you are able to free yourself from this state of being with the overcoming of self-doubt and like a change in perspective and changing the way that you think. It's usually by actually realising that most of the barriers that have been created, that are there in front of us, are mental and are our thought processes and way of thinking, that we kind of see the path to freedom, because through realising this is what empowers us then to think, oh, we can move away from this, or we can change, or we can see like a light at the end of the tunnel. So an example of this might be, you might have some really good skill sets, and you may really want to start your own business and have the ability to do that, but your way of thinking tells you that you could never do that. You may have a lack of confidence and believe that you're only ever set up to fail, and that or maybe that things never go right for you. You don't get opportunities, and everything that you try to do, it never works. And so therefore you don't go out and try and do what you want to do, and you may end up stuck in a job that you really can't stand, and then just keep doing that job and feeling restricted and trapped there because you don't think that you've got the skills to move forward, but actually in reality you have. So it is more, this feeling of being trapped in this job is more about perception and your self-doubt than reality, because actually there are many things that you could do other than where you feel trapped in the job you feel trapped in. This card can represent like deep mental inner conflict and a feeling of overwhelm by your own thoughts. It can even indicate a state of mental paralysis, where you may feel that you're unable to take action or think clearly or make proper decisions on things. Although this is a card of entrapment, it's also a card to call you to action, because it's showing you that you are being called to free yourself from these mental restrictions that you have put around yourself, and that you need to take action now to free your mindset and to think more positively and see the truth a lot of the time in yourself and what your capabilities are. With the swords being a card about the thoughts, the mental, but also about the truth, it's about actually changing your thoughts to see the truth in a situation, and how maybe it's not as bad as what you thought, or maybe you have more capabilities than you thought. The call of action is actually about you realising that your own fears are what's holding you back and preventing you from moving forward in life. It's not external things that you may be telling yourself that it is that's holding you back and not allowing you to move on. It's actually yourself and your own thought process.